There's been a request for a solution for FileBox number 1, an absolutely great puzzle by Yavuz Demirhan. This is the design of the puzzle that he published on puzzlewillbeplayed.com, and you can see there's 2 plates and 3 burr pieces and a housing that I call the FileBox. Now I've changed some of the cosmetic features, but the puzzle is exactly the same. So we'll look at the solution now. However, I do caution you that it can take a few days. I think I took a couple weeks probably to solve this. There's only 19 moves in the solution, but that doesn't mean I used a couple thousand moves to try to find those 19 moves. Sometimes it appears these puzzles are impossible, but if you stick with it, you'll learn the characteristics of the puzzle the more time you spend with it, and this really is the joy of solving some of these burr puzzles. And if you really like this, stick around till the end because there is a FileBox number 2, which I've also really enjoyed. Now, one of the things that makes this a great puzzle is that there's no unintended rotations. Pieces can't sort of twist or move end over end. Let's start by making sure you've got the pieces exactly correct. This is how each of those red pieces look. They're symmetric, doesn't matter which way you put them in. And the plates are designed like this. Here's the A plate, and the B plate is behind it. It's got to be exactly those dimensions. And if you put the plates together, you should see something like that. I built those plates in PLA. I think the only parts that I used PETG for were the clips on the end. Here's the box. It's 2 pieces, so you can assemble this easily. This is what the front looks like. This is the back. And what you need to do now is assemble it. I'm going to show the solution as a take-apart solution. You can just reverse that for an assembly solution. Fairly easy to put the first 2 files in their file holders. And if you pull that out a little bit, there'll be enough space to put the 3rd file in the file folder, or both file folders, through both file folders. And then you can insert them in the bottom of the file box and put the clips on. So that's the starting position of the file box. I put these clips on and off with PETG several times and they haven't broken. If you use PLA, that's a little stiffer. They may break after a while. Now, the first part of this is to take that middle red piece and drop it in the back. And if you move the B file folder, you'll find it will drop into that. And then if you move the B file folder a little bit with the A, it'll drop into the A, down into the A file folder, and finally through both of them, and right there you'll see it's just in the front. Now we're going to take the left-hand most one and we're going to drop that into the B file folder right there. And then we're going to drop it further down into the A by manipulating those 2. And then what you can do is push that right through, and what you've done is you've removed that file from the B file folder. Now, it may seem like you can put the B stick in the A file, but you can. You can't bring the leftmost one down, though. You've got to leave that right there. What we want to do now is get this right file, the right stick, and put that into the B file folder. And then you can move it. As you move the B file folder, you'll see that will move over to the right. And what that will do is give you some room to free the middle one eventually. Now we're going to move this one down. That's going to cause some room, and boom, there we have that red stick removed. So we've just removed the first file from our file holders. Now let's look at the second one. I'm trying to remember what I did. So my strategy is going to be to put that red stick on the right back to where it was and move the left stick into the middle of the file box. So if we move that B file folder to the right, we can move this back in, and we can move it into the A file folder, which I'm going to have to do in order. So that's in the A file folder, and I'm going to move the B over to capture the right stick. Right stick down, over, moves, and now I've got room to pull the A down, over, and out. And removing the last burr stick is pretty trivial. And that's it. That's the solution. Now, if you really like that, just leave a comment. I do have FileBox 2, and Yavuz has given me permission to publish this. If anyone wants to perform that solution on FileBox 2, I can also publish the specifications and the STL files on printables.